Okay, let's see. I think we're finishing up with part 8 of our Microsoft Excel tutorial series. And for this one, we're going to focus on filtering and sorting. Okay, so for this tutorial, we're still going to be in the Excel samples for class file. But the tab we're going to be using down here at the bottom is the 2007 storms for freezing and sorting. Okay, so you can see I'm zoomed in at 200%, so the cells are nice and big. But you can see that there's a lot of information. This information was provided by, I believe, the National Hurricane Center or Weather Underground. And so way back when, I compiled this information myself. And you can see that it features the name of the storm, the date of the reading, the time of the reading, the latitude and longitude of the center of the storm, the sustained wind speed, the barometric pressure, and the storm type, whether it's a tropical depression, tropical storm, or category 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 hurricane, right? So if I scroll through this, you can see that just for one season, there's a whole lot of information. So probably, oh, there we go. Just about 200 records for that. So a lot of stuff to get through, right? So you can see that one of the first things we probably should have done was to freeze the panes so that we can still see that header column. So I'm going to hit freeze panes. So there we go. Now we can see that. But let's say that we don't want to see all of this information, right? We want to narrow this information down to the most powerful storms, major hurricanes. Okay, so around here anyway, we refer to major hurricanes as category 3, 4, or 5. So how do we limit this information to just seeing category 3, 4, and 5 hurricanes? Well, it's pretty simple, and what it's called is filtering. So the way we do that is we don't have to select anything in this instance. We just go up to this little button up here called Sort and Filter, and we pull down on it, and we go to Filter. All right, and so what that does is it puts a little pull-down menu on the column header for each column, right? So if we pull down the pull-down menu for the storm name, you can see that it has all of the different storm names down there. So what that's doing is it's showing each unique record. So you can see that there are only like 14 or 15 named storms there. If we pull down the dates, you can see that there are even subsets of different days, but there are lots and lots of options there. So that's probably not going to be helpful. Over here under storm type is where we want to focus for this. So if we pull that down, you can see that, and we can make this window a little bit bigger, that we basically have tropical depressions, tropical storms, and category 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 hurricanes. So we can click off all of those and then just add back the hurricanes that we want to see. So by clicking on category 3, now we're only seeing records for category 3 hurricanes. Now, those other records haven't disappeared. All of that data hasn't disappeared. It's just being hidden right now, making it easier to see what we want. So I'll go ahead and click on category 4 and category 5 hurricanes, right? So now we have all of these major hurricane recordings in place. So we can see that most of them were recorded with Hurricane Dean, and the other ones were recorded from Hurricane Felix, right? So, but they're still kind of all over the board here. We can see going down here, we have a 5 and a 4, and then a 3, and then a 4, and then a 3, and then 5s, and then 4s. And also the pressure changes, right? So that's where we get into sorting. So we've got this information filtered out, but we can also sort it any way we want, right? So if we select the columns, in fact, we don't really need to select anything. If we go into sort and filter, we can go to a custom sort, right? So on a custom sort, we're gonna we get this little window, and we get to choose what we want to sort by. And in this type, say we want to go to wind speed. All right, so we want to see rank these in terms of wind speed, and we want to go from largest to smallest. So then we hit OK, and you can see that all of these have been arranged now in terms of their wind speed. Now these records are still intact because we didn't have anything selected. It's possible to kind of tear apart your data by sorting it if you only have a part of it selected. So the safest thing is to have nothing selected. But you can see that our top record has 165 mile an hour wind speeds, and our bottom record has 120. Now, if we wanted to do the same thing for wind pressure, it should probably be pretty close because wind pressure has a direct correlation to the intensity of the storm. But let's take a look. So we can sort and filter, custom sort again. And this time, instead of wind, we're going to say pressure. But this time, we're also going to say smallest to largest, because the lower the wind pressure, the more powerful the storm. Or the lower the barometric pressure, the more powerful the storm. So then we hit OK. And you can see it does change the order a little bit. Okay, our lowest pressure reading was 906, I believe that's millibars, for the Category 5 hurricane of Hurricane Dean. So the main difference between sorting and filtering is filtering temporarily conceals or removes or hides records that may not be important to you. And sorting lets you arrange a group of information or a set of information by a certain characteristic, say alphabetically or numerically or in terms of date or something like that. So sorting and filtering, again, can be super useful when you're beginning to get into analyzing your data. So that's pretty much it. And hopefully all of these tutorials will help you get through your Excel skills test. So good luck, and we'll talk to you soon.